Good morning, children. So this is a recap of the lesson, Landscape of the Soul. The summary. Wu Daozi was commissioned to paint a landscape. The emperor was impressed by the painting. Nature, we have already done this, but once again, it is a revision for you since this is a slightly difficult lesson. Nature was depicted in its glorious aspect in the painting. You can see the mountains, the rivers flowing, the beautiful trees, mountains, forests, clouds, men and birds also you can see there in the landscape painting. That is what adds to the beauty of the painting. It's composition of extraordinary beauty. See, look at that painting. It looks so beautiful. The mountains, the trees, the birds flying. That is what adds to the beauty. Yes, children. Now, you can see there in the picture there is a cave. There is a cave. In the painting there was a cave where a spirit lived. The painter clapped his hands and what happened? The cave opened. Painter entered the cave and then what happened to the door of the cave? The door closed behind. The painting disappeared from the wall. So the painting was not seen anymore. What happened? It disappeared from the wall. Doctrines of Confucius and Zhuangzi disclose the spirit of art. Asian paintings reflect the nature of inner life and spirituality. So Asian paintings is all about spirituality. It deals mainly with what? Spiritualism. European paintings focus on realism. Wants the viewer to see a painting through the painter's eye. Now the story of Quentin Metsys. Quentin Metsys was a blacksmith. He loved a painter's daughter. The painter wouldn't accept him as his son-in-law. So what did he do? He entered the studio and painted a fly on the canvas. Master tried to swat the fly away, tried to fly away. He immediately accepted Quint as his apprentice. Became one of the most renowned artists of his age. So Metsys became one of the most famous, renowned artists of his age. Next. The contrast between Chinese and European painting. Chinese landscape is not meant to reproduce an actual view. European painter wishes viewer to borrow the painter's eyes, his eyes. That is, Chinese art is essentially spiritual, whereas European art is what? It gives you the actual view. Jean Dubuffet, concept of art brut or outsider art. Nature falls into this category of what? Art brut or outsider art. Art of the people who have no formal training. Nature did not receive any formal training, but he excelled in it. Contemporary Nature's rock garden in India is an example of that. Now what did Nature do? He cleared a patch of wilderness to set up a garden. Sculptures made from stone and recycled materials. Rock garden is an epitome of his creativity, Nature's creativity, his innovative ideas. India's greatest contributor to outside art. So he belongs to that category. Which category? Art brut. Why? Because he did not receive any formal training. Now let's do the critical appreciation. This lesson is a comparative study of Asian and European paintings. It focuses on Eastern and Western style of paintings. It gives us a comparison. Art represents culture. Essential difference between Chinese and European paintings. Purpose of creation of the artwork differs in these two cultures, the European culture and the Chinese culture. The Chinese painters, they want the viewers to explore their mind through their paintings, try to understand what the painter wants to convey. Eastern paintings, it is deeper than what is painted on canvas. Painter wants the viewers to see what is hidden in the painting. It deals with what? Spiritualism. Western paintings reproduce the actual view. Eastern artists want their viewers to see their creations through the mind of the creator. Now let's have a look at the title. The title highlights the spiritual aspect of the Eastern paintings. The painter wanted to show the spirit dwelling in a cave. That is why when the painter went and stood there, the door of the cave opened. What happened? He went inside and the door closed. The painting vanished. Artist entered in the cave and the painting vanished. The Chinese work of art, it is basically a reflection of the spirit of the artist. That is the Chinese art. It is all about spiritualism. Outsider art. Mek Chand is the best example of this. Art brut or raw art. Why? Because they do not receive any formal training. Known as outsider art. Work that is in its raw state. Mek Chand, what did he do? He sculpted with stone and recycled material. That is what Mek Chand did. You can see there in the picture. Taoism. What is Taoism? Chinese philosophical and religious tradition. It is the other way. What is Tao? Tao is the origin of all creation. So Taoism is a spiritual approach to living. That is what is Taoism all about. Shang Shui. We have already done this. So this is a revision. It means mountain, water. What does Shang Shui mean? It means mountain, water. Used to represent, it is used to represent the world, the landscape by an artist. Chinese landscape paintings are centered on mountains. You can see there in the picture, mountains, water flowing. So mountains are regarded as sacred places in Chinese landscape. Yin and Yang. Everything is classified into masculine and feminine. What is masculine? It is supposed to be dry, warm, vertical, powerful and active. Feminine, what is feminine? Horizontal, fluid, moist, cool and gentle. Mountain is yang, you will see there in the picture, while the water is yin. Yang is masculine, whereas yin is feminine. A combination of the two, that is yang and yin, makes a Chinese landscape. Chinese landscape is supposed to be perfect when there is a combination of the two, that is mountain and water. In the interaction of yin and yang, there is a fundamental idea, fundamental concept, fundamental notion of what? Fundamental notion of Taoism or Chinese philosophy. Okay children, so that's all for this session. Please read the lesson once again, go through all the questions and answers. Okay, that's all for this session. Thank you.